Morning all, tcDetects back out again. We're on a brand new permission. Always love a brand new permission. Sun has come out. We've had, wind, rain, frost and snow over February. Finally got some nice clear blue skies, so great day for detecting. Permission itself is a 15th century grade 1 listed manor house, historically important in the area. Current owners have had numerous requests from detectorists over the years, apparently. Something about my approach over email at the weekend. I guess gave them the confidence to meet me this morning. Had a chat and a catch up. The owner was kind enough to show me the internal of the house, and oh my god, I have house envy now. It is stunning inside. Anyway, obviously not detecting inside, that would be weird, but outside today with the Rutus Versa and the medium-sized coil, essentially we have access to the gardens. So I'm going to, on the first visit, I'm going to just meander and see where we are, get a lie of the land as it were. It's all grass, although not in a formal lawn kind of a way, fortunately, and the landowner has said that it's fine. Because obviously I'm always a bit wary when it's somebody's garden or grass, or it's not the typical meadow or pasture or arable. So I will be super careful with the holes today. And I'd just like to dedicate this video to Jim. Jim, I am sorry there's been such a gap between the last video and this one, but I'll keep them coming as long as you keep nudging me to make them. Right then, without further ado, I'm going to go that way and see what we find today. Thank you as always for watching tcDetects. It is very much appreciated. And last thing, I'm starting a new venture. I'm going to start an email newsletter for metal detecting news. It occurred to me last week that there is no such thing. There is no email newsletter for general metal detecting news. Yes, some of the manufacturers and suppliers and distributors have their own, but nothing that encapsulates everything. So I am going to start one of those. Link to how you subscribe is in the comment section and in the description section, but if you go to www.metaldetectingnews.co.uk, you'll be able to subscribe there. I would very much appreciate the support as I try and get it off the ground. And if anybody has any ideas for the newsletter, please let me know as well. Right then, texting time, off we go. Okay, so first signal down here, it's a bit scratchy depending which way I went, but it was in the mid 60s. The line moved backwards and forwards, but we're going to give it a go because I don't really know what I'm digging in this particular I was going to say field, lawn area, because it's all brand new. There were a lot of signals as I approached it. The owner did warn me that the part I'm in now had been previously used by the family for bonfires and bonfire night, so it's probably lots of trash, but this signal seemed okay, so let's see what we get. That sounded vaguely irony and something else at the same time, so maybe there's more than one thing here. It's an old hall, so there have been lots of changes to internal and external layout over the years. See how many stones are in here. Is that the metal? Yep, so we have what looks like a piece of lead. Is that lead? Nope, not lead. Something that isn't lead, but a blobby of something or other. Like I said, maybe melted if the bonfires were that way. But first signal, first find, unidentifiable something. Next signal is here. It was a very, very short, sharp 74, perfect line in here somewhere. I don't know what it was. Ah, there we go. We have some form of buckle. Doesn't look like the oldest thing in the world. Still has the pin in the middle. There you go. First sort of identifiable artifacty thing today, but belt buckle maybe. Right sort of size and shape. That way around. There you go. A buckle. So looks like we are on the first coin of the day. It was down here under the root, just pulled handful out of earth, as you can see, and we have here what looks like a coin or a button. Looks coin though, looks battered. say the least. Small farthing, maybe a halfpenny, corroded under there. You can see the head there. Is that a young Victoria, maybe? Maybe. It's facing to the left. I will try and carefully clean it later. You can see on the sides it's got a bit battered. I think that's a young Victoria. Halfpenny out, farthing, something like that. There you go. That's coin of the day. So next signal was in that hole. Now in this clod was a very strong 54, and it's here in this side here, and I can just see shape of something around there. Button or coin, I'm guessing. Oh, come out nicely. Yeah, come out. So what? The drier part of the garden. We have what looks like a, oh, look at that, it's a little wren, isn't it? A little farthing. We have a little farthing. I wonder what age that is. It's not that old by the look of it, is that? Is that Elizabeth on the back? Yeah, is it? No. One of the Georges, isn't it? Yeah, one of the Georges. A George the something. Lovely wren farthing. Clean that up nice like that. That's beautiful. I've not found a wren farthing for a long time. Right then, I will crack on. Just flip this clod out and got a glint of gold sideways on. Given the history of the house, and obviously rich people who owned it down the years had a minor heart attack, but I believe this is just a bottle top. Yep, there we go, a goldy, pretendy, cheaty, give me a heart attack, bottle top. Oh well, maybe there is some gold somewhere in this garden. And next up is from about 5 inches down, we have a padlock, quite a solid looking padlock, but not even sure how it opens. But it looks like a padlock. It's not a padlock, it's exactly the shape of a padlock. I think it's a padlock, but who knows. Next signal is down in this corner here. You see the edge of something there. Was given a scratchy, and the line was a bit all over the place. 63, 64. I decided to dig it. Not that many signals in this bit of the line. What do we have here? Interesting. Is that a neck? Is that, what is that? A pin? It seems to be both a pin and a necklace, and that looks like I don't know my military history, but is that a German cross? Actually, is the thing silver or silvered? Looks silvery on the top. The more polished, the more silver it looks. I'll have to test that later. Is that? Do you know what that is? Surely it's not actually German, is it? What would that be doing here? And surely they didn't make them so they were like pins and necklaces. Most interesting thing I found there. Any ideas? Please put it in the comments. Nice. And next up is a very small button, a 2-hole button. Not your common or garden 4-holer, no, a 2-hole button, but the first button of the day. And next up is this weird thin tin plate. Looks relatively modern, but I don't know what it's a plate for. And what's weird about it is, and once again, I think I'm doing well on the old digging holes. Hole there that you can't see, hopefully. But it was about 10-11 inches down, so it's really deep. Anybody have any ideas what that plate was for? Please put it in the comments. So I've got to the bottom of the field. I'm now walking back up it again, sort of moved out about 10 feet from the line I was on before, so I'm going to go all the way back and try to go up and down, up and down, up and down. Don't know how much we'll get done today. The weather is unfortunately coming in, but we've got our next signal here, which is about a 52, decent line. It seems to be down here somewhere in this bottom corner. So what are we at, about 6-7 inches down in here somewhere. See if we've got another piece relating to that fence. Seems to be in here. Yep. There we are, got a little button. Oh, no, I think we've got a little coin. A little coin. There's coin of the day, I think. Some hikers behind me. There's a coin. What is it? I don't know what that is. Now on the floor. Small, sort of in your farthing type range. This was a bit more challenging. It was a sort of very scratchy 67, 68. Only a good signal that way. Every other way it was scratching all over the place, but I've not dug anything for about 10-15 minutes, so I decided to dig it. I think the depth of it is what's done it. It's down here at the bottom somewhere. I think I can see the edge of it, but that's pinpointed depth, so is that what are we at? 9-10 inches sort of depth. Down here, you see. Oh, I thought I could see the edge of it. Oh, I can see the edge of it. It looks like a coin in the bottom here. Point corner button, and it is a coin. And it's our second coin of the day, probably. And we have one of the Georges. George the 5th penny. By the look of it, in decent nick. That's alright. But that was deep. That was, like I said, 10 inches down, maybe a bit more. Yep, there you go. George the 5th penny.